You are the father.
I am 14 years old and 5 weeks pregnant. I am very excited to have this baby, and I know I can be a great mother no matter what anyone else says.
I'm 17 and desperate to get pregnant. I already have a 2-year-old son, but I am trying to have another baby right away.
I am 16 and I want to have a baby more than anything in this world. My mother thinks I can't take care of a child, but I want to prove she is wrong.
For many people, becoming a grandparent is one of the happiest times in life. But what if you had a daughter who was as young as 14 and she wanted to become a mom? The parents today say they're miserable because their teens are already pregnant or are trying their best to become pregnant. And the teens have it in their head that they don't care what anyone says or how young they are, or even if they've had another child, they're ready to be mothers and no one can stop them, kind of like straight ahead. I think you should know that 80% of all teens who have babies end up in poverty and on welfare. 80%. Think about that. Rebecca, this is Rebecca. This is her daughter, Christina. So Christina's the sister, right? They are devastated because Rebecca's younger daughter, Stephanie, is 14 and she's 5 months pregnant. Now, the sister already knows how difficult it is to be a young mother. She had her baby at 17. Rebecca, how did you react when you heard your 14-year-old daughter, Stephanie, was pregnant?
Upset, very upset. I was with her when we went to the doctor, and they did the urine test, and they did one, and said, well, we have to do another. They did the other one, and then they said she's pregnant.
And she's 14. Now,
Yes.
she was having unprotected sex, right?
Yes, all the resources were there for her to use. Everything.
Meaning?
She had the birth control pill. She wouldn't take it. So she was scheduled for a depot shot. She had had the examination, and she had to wait for her next cycle to have the injection. And during that time, she got pregnant. I'm against her having this baby. Yes. I want her to have an abortion. I don't want to take care of the baby. I mean, right. Stephanie still has school, and she's got a future. And I think if she has that baby, that her future will be over. The dreams that I had for her, I never got to see Christina graduate from high school because she dropped out. She got her GED last year, but I still want to have that walking down and having the commencement exercises and the graduation, and she's a smart, bright, beautiful girl.
Let's bring her out. Come on out, Stephanie. Stephanie, you're 14 and you are 5 weeks pregnant. I asked your mother and she said she didn't know. Did you want to get pregnant? Did you want to have a baby?
It wasn't planned, but now that I am pregnant, I'm going to live with it, and I think it's my choice whether I should be able to have it.
You're
If you
14 years
have the
old.
baby, who's going to take care of it?
I'll take care of it.
You're 14. You can't even get a job. You can't even get a job.
People I can live with.
Who do you have?
Connie, those are friends.
For one thing,
friends.
I wouldn't let you live somewhere where I didn't know what was gonna. Your friends, no. You can't.
No,
even
but
get a
let's
job.
hear what she has to say. Maybe somebody else talking to her will mean more. Stephanie, you do not want to have an abortion. You do not want to give a child up. You don't want to do any of the alternatives. You want to keep the baby.
Yep.
Okay. You say you want to live with a friend. Has the friend invited you to live with them and take care of the baby?
She's talked to her mom about it, and
Right.
she's getting a job. She says she'll help me take care of the baby.
Right.
Stephanie,
how old is your
How long
friend?
does that last?
She's 15.
Where are they going
She's
to get the
15,
money to
but
support
wait.
you? Where are they going to get the money to support
Okay.
you?
And think in the future. What about a job? You might go to school and finish your school, but I don't think if you have a baby, you're going to absorb what you need to absorb to go on to college to get a good job.
Yeah, look at me, Steph. Look what I've been through. Look how hard it's been for me. It took me 3 years to get my butt back in school.
I've told Stephanie if she's set on having this baby,
Right.
she has to go to an unwed mother's home because I don't want her to be at home. She has 2 little sisters. One is 13, one is 7. I don't want them to think this is going to be a trend. And I've told her after the baby's born, She asked me if I would still love her. I said, of course I'll love you. You are my daughter. And I will love the baby if it is here. But I don't want the baby.
Let me try some. Who is the father of the child?
A 14-year-old child himself.
Have you talked to his parents?
The boy and his parents don't want Stephanie to have this child.
No, but have you talked to his parents?
No, I haven't talked to his parents. I've talked to the boy.
But he's 14.
Yes, he's 14.
I think if he's gotten a girl pregnant, he is responsible, as responsible as she is. There were two people in that bed. Right. You've got to get a hold of his parents, and you've got to have a meeting as to what should be done.
Well, Stephanie has talked to his parents, and they've told Stephanie that they will help for an abortion, but if she has the baby, then
they don't want nothing.
They really don't want anything to do with it because their son's 14. They don't want his life ruined.
No, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. She doesn't conceive by herself.
Yeah,
it was only done once,
that's right? That's right.
So let's understand that he is equally responsible and his parents are equally responsible with you.
And another thing,
So
you
I
like
could
to
go
go
and stay
out.
with Connie.
You like to
What
go
about-
out. What are you gonna do? Take
Who's
this
gonna
baby
take
out
care of the
till
baby?
midnight or whatever? I don't
is
think
gonna
so.
take care
I sit home babysitting your kid every day,
But
so
look,
it doesn't
I
matter.
come home and you get to
And
go
you
out.
get to go out.
Once
You
you
have
have your
your
own
fun.
kid, you ain't going out no more.
Because that's your
Your life
that's
ain't
your
yours.
responsibility.
Your life will not be yours.
It's just not your.
You won't be able to come and go.
You thinking that
You're
the
gonna-
baby is going to be like a puppy dog?
That's right.
I am absolutely sure. It is cute when it's little.
Yeah.
But it's gonna grow. It's gonna cry all night long.
Yep,
And it's
all
gonna
night
make
long.
messes. And it's gonna be just like because she had puppy dogs when she was younger. And they lose interest when they grow up and they're not cute little puppies anymore. But that baby is gonna be with you for the rest of your life.
And you're not
Let me ask her,
responsible enough
Stephanie,
either.
what do you want to do?
I want to have the baby.
And who's going to take care of the baby? And do you want to keep the baby?
Yes.
Okay. You want to have the baby, you want to keep the baby. How are you going to give do you feel you'll be able to give the baby a good life? No. I mean, the first thought ought to be the baby. I'm talking just to Stephanie. Can you give the baby a good life?
I think I could give it a good life.
Okay.
No.
Can
Without
you
a
make the
job?
baby number one? Very, very important. Will it be the most important thing?
Yes.
Because children deserve to be the most important.
You're a child having a child. You're only 14. I mean, I cannot see why you want to give up your life to have a child now. You have till you're 40 to have a child. You know?
And beyond.
And beyond.
Nowadays.
You know?
Well, answer it, Steph. Do you want to give up the prom, graduation? So I'm
Dating?
telling you right now, Steph,
Who is going
welfare.
to want to date you with a child? I mean, all right, there are some boys
Some guys like it. Not very many. Believe me, I know stuff.
because it's like, well, she has a kid, so gee, she might put out.
Yeah, that's all they're gonna think. Oh, she's easy.
Okay. We will be right back. Why did you get pregnant for the first time?
Unfortunately, in the beginning, I got pregnant for the wrong reasons. I got pregnant to get attention from my parents and to get more love.
And what are you doing it for now?
Because I want a baby now because you guys took my first one away.
Oh, excuse me. By giving her the birth control at 14 years old.
Because she was
We
going
were
to have
protecting
sex
her to have
anyway.
sex.
Because
Why
she was
can't you
going
say
to
to her
have
it's
sex
not okay to
anyway.
have sex?
You can tell
We
your
tried.
children
She don't
it's
listen.
not okay to do anything, and they're still going to do it.
Dear Sally, I was watching your show the other day and a teenage girl said she wanted to have a baby because she thought it would be fun. I wish I could have shown her exactly how much fun it is studying to graduate, working, fixing bottles and formula, and still making time for yourself. Sally, being a mother is everything but fun. I know it is too late for these teenage girls who are pregnant, but the role of being mommy is hard and even harder if you are a child. Love, a concerned mother, Carrie.
Dear Sally, my name is Sarah and I'm 16 and a half years old. I had a baby when I was 15. I did not try to have one on purpose. At first, when I was pregnant, I thought, this is going to be so much fun. People are going to give me attention and I'm going to love it. But you know what, Sally? It is so hard for me. I dropped out of school, I have no job, and what I thought was going to be fun is hard. Sincerely, Sarah.
Those are just some of the letters we've gotten after we've done shows on teenage pregnancy. We don't even say girl pregnancy, because I keep saying there are guys there too. So this is not the first show, and this will not be the last. It's definitely an issue that's on our minds, and we'd like you to keep letting us know how you feel about this important topic. I think one of the reasons I do it, do you know that it is an American problem? Sometimes people say to me, oh, this is happening all over the world. Wrong. Wrong. No other industrialized nation in the world has a problem even half as big as ours. There's something about our country where young kids want to get pregnant and want to have kids. They don't want to do that in other countries. They don't want to do it in Africa. They don't want to do it in China. They don't want to do it in Europe. It upsets me tremendously. Rainey, come here. I know you're going to be angry with me. Rainey is one of our producers. She did not produce this show. And Rainey was upstairs watching, and she came running down thinking what?
Well, I don't do these shows because it does upset me. I'm 28 years old. I've been married for 4 years. I'm not even close to thinking about having a baby. You can't even be doing your homework and you're having sex. I have a problem with that. And I also have a problem with... First of all, you're 14 years old. Why are you on birth control? I have a real problem with her being on birth control. It's saying it's okay for her to be having sex.
No, I never told her it was all right to have sex. But I knew she was going to do it anyway, and if she's going to do it, I want her protected.
So you're saying it's okay for her to go out and have sex?
I never
By
told
giving
her
the birth control at 14 years old.
Because she was going to have sex anyway. Because she was going to have sex anyway.
To have sex?
You can tell your children it's not okay to do anything, and they're still going to do it.
But it's right, and if my mother told me what to do, I would listen to her because I respected her and I believed her.
I still say they're still going to do it, and if she's going to do it, I want her protected. I didn't tell her, here's the birth control, go out and have sex with anybody you want to. I said, here's the birth control. You're going to have sex. I want you to have sex responsibly. Be responsible.
But wait. It's, you're going to have sex. I want you to have it responsibly. Thank you. Rainey, you can go back and get upset. Let me see if I can work this through to you. And please understand that we're all trying to go through this, so we're not all just jumping on you. I think that I was not a strict mother. In fact, I asked my kids, did I ever tell you you could have sex or you could not have sex? And they said, no. No, you never did. I said, you mean you could have gone out in 12 and done anything you wanted? And they said, yeah, probably, and you'd still love me. And I said, then why didn't you? And they said, because you told me what would happen if I did and if I didn't. And by telling me what would happen, I made the decision not to get pregnant at 10, 11, 12, or 13. So I never said to them no. But did you explain to her what would go on if she did? If she, at her age, if she has sex, she's going to get pregnant. If she's going to get pregnant, then you take it to its logical thing, like you'll not graduate high school.
Yes.
70% of the kids never go back to school. 70%. And do not get a GED. So you're in the minority there.
Yeah, it was
so
hard.
was that explained to her?
She knew all the consequences because I told her after I went through it with Christina.
Did you know the consequences?
She knew.
I've threatened her.
And you still chose this way?
She thinks she's a big woman.
All right.
That's what she thinks she is.
Please meet John and his wife, Donna. Now, when we said consequences, stay there, we'll get to you in a minute. When we say consequences, we're talking about the baby is the most affected. But then there's the whole family. This couple is separated because they have a 17-year-old daughter named Alyssa. Melissa got pregnant at 14 and had the baby. Who's taking care of the baby?
I am.
Aha, surprise. Yeah. Didn't know that.
I've had the baby since the baby's been 2 months old.
Okay. This has put so much stress on their marriage. This man raised his children, did not know he was going to be a father to a baby all over again. I can't blame this guy. I don't think she knew she was going to be a mother all over again. So he had to leave home. Then they're working on their relationship and things are starting to calm down, and Melissa is now 17. By the way, what does she do to take care of her child?
Nothing.
Has she ever done anything?
At the beginning, she breastfed the baby for a month, and then after the breastfeeding was over, that was it. It was nothing at home.
Yeah, and
she'd call once a day.
I stayed home.
Once a day.
You stayed home.
I tried to stay home with her, to take care of the baby with her, to try to understand that this is okay. We're into the 90s, and it's fine. I got to take this in. I have to understand that that my morals have to subside slightly, and that things should go this way. Everyone was telling me this. But
who told you this?
Well, we have people.
All right, Melissa has not taken care of. How often does she live with you?
No, she does not right now.
Off and on, she has been.
How long does she come to see the baby? How long does she stay there? What does she do with the? What is her participation?
She hasn't seen the baby for 2 months. Okay, she's been. She moved to. So she said, "Mom, I'm coming down for a week." This is just an example of how it goes. She came down just the first day. She ran out. She looked at Daddy for an hour. Out to see her friends. Now she wants to go back early Thursday. And I told her I don't want her to hurt Johnny because Johnny gets attached to her. It's his mother. And I don't want him to go through an emotional cry. That baby is stable. That baby is happy. And he asks us now for Mama. And
he knows her as Mama.
Mama.
The thing is, does he know her as a friend or does he know her as a mother? And the more she says, well, I want to get close. Well, be home.
Yeah,
okay,
she doesn't
but wait.
say that.
Let me go back to their relationship. They're trying to patch things up between the two of them. The stress is tremendous. Melissa is now 17. She announced she's trying to get pregnant again. Now, Mother and Dad are completely devastated that she hasn't learned her lesson because Mother says, I'm going to have baby number 2 to take care of. Yeah. Melissa says she doesn't care when anyone says she's ready to be a mother again. Okay, let's have her come out and find out why she wants to do this. Come on out, Melissa. Okay, Melissa, you were 14 when you got pregnant for the first time. Yes. Why did you get pregnant for the first time?
Unfortunately, in the beginning, I got pregnant for the wrong reasons. I got pregnant to get attention from my parents and to get more love.
And what are you doing it for now?
Because I want a baby now because you guys took my first one away.
Oh, no. Excuse me.
All right.
No, I did not.
No one took that baby from you.
Nobody took that baby from you. You left the
one.
baby. You left the baby. You breastfed the baby 1 month, Lissa.
That's bull.
You were out with your. That's bull.
You have to realize what we're talking about.
Let me explain what's happening.
Dad, your morals,
Sally, my morals
your morals
are
up to a year. Your morals are like in the 60s.
1 year. I see.
You'll never understand what morals are all about because you don't have them yourself.
Because I'm not an Italian family.
And it's got nothing to do with Italian family. Okay? Nothing.
You didn't give me morals. No wonder.
Pardon me?
You didn't give me morals.
13 years of your life until you decided to follow other suits of your life.
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
Huh?
Calm down, Dad. I have heard other women who have raised their children, had to go back and raise their grandchildren. The children sometimes turn on you and say, you took my baby from me. I've heard that in 4 cases. Now, explain why that's not so.
Okay. At the beginning, when Lissa had her baby, I said I would help her and I would back her 110% because I do not believe in abortion, okay? I was there coaching Lissa. I went through the whole pregnancy with her and I started to show her how to take care of her baby, okay? Okay, maybe she didn't have the patience, so I said she would grow into it. You know, it's going to take time maybe for her.
She was 14, right?
She was 14. She's very immature. So after a month, I had the baby sleeping in my room. I was taking care of the baby at nights, okay, getting up. I let Alyssa have the little bit of freedom that she wanted. I said, Alyssa, I'm going to give you a choice. You have up to a year. After a year, I'm taking the baby because then it's a bond. I'm not going to disrupt that baby emotionally or anything. If you want to take care of the baby, show me that you really want him.
You know, I think that's right. I think that you can give her a year and say, you know, take on your responsibilities. But you're right. You can't take a 2-year-old from your house, move her across town, and then move her back if it doesn't work, and then move her across town.
And she saw what was happening between us two. She saw the things that were tearing us apart.
She never stuck around to look after him.
And how many times we sat there and explained to her, Alyssa, please, do the right thing. I mean, you're going to lose your schooling. Well, I'll make up for it later. Or I'll do this or I'll do that. But you can't do it later. You're going to be too old to catch up. No.
You're never too old to catch up.
You said you're really on a mission to get pregnant. What are you doing to get pregnant?
Now?
Yep.
I'm with my boyfriend.
Okay.
So I'm not using protection, and I'm calculating
when I'm
ovulating.
How old is the boyfriend?
He's my boyfriend's 17 years old.
He's a virgin, okay?
He is not, obviously he is.
He's a 17-year-old baby. He's going to school. He's trying to get an education, and she's going to allow him with the baby.
He can't be a virgin.
Where is he? Where is he?
Where is he? He's in...
Okay. He told us he does not want a baby.
That's right. But he said to make me happy, he'll get me pregnant.
Yeah. You believe this?
Really?
You know?
I mean, this is the first I've heard of this now.
Melissa, you told our producers you wanted to have a baby girl so you can dress her up. Now, is that a sign of maturity?
Oh, I don't know, but I didn't put it in that way. I meant I want a little girl so I can, like, do her hair and
what if it's a boy, Liz?
Then I'll love it the same way.
No, it comes home.
I don't think
it comes back to mom and dad.
We'll be right back.
I never... No.
Mom and dad. Mom and dad.
Okay, Renee, what did you just say to your mother and father?
I can take care of my baby and I can take care of myself.
If I could go back now, I wouldn't have gotten pregnant. I wouldn't even be having sex.
You are the top. Get off my stage.
Donna, let me ask a question. Where is the father of the child you're taking care of now?
I have no idea, Sally. He's a bum. And to boot, he's 28 years old. He's 28 years old. It was she was living on the street, she met him, and he brought her in, and apparently when he found out she was pregnant, he threw her through the window.
Have you ever contacted his parents, or does he have parents?
Doesn't have parents.
Does
not have parents.
No, he's a street. He's street.
Okay, now let's go to another problem here. Problem number 1, she's too young and you don't want to take care of a baby. Problem number 2, she's already had a child and you've been through this. Problem number 3, health. Let's meet Ava and her 16-year-old daughter, Adria?
Adria.
Adria. Ava says Adria is desperate to have a baby, but it might kill her. Ava, Adria has muscular dystrophy. That's why she's in a wheelchair. You say that the doctors have told her that having a baby might kill her. What do you mean by that?
They told her she was pregnant once, and she miscarried. And when she was in the hospital emergency room, the doctor said, well, if you hadn't miscarried and you would have carried the baby, you'd have had a cardiac arrest.
Right. Okay.
And she don't care.
Why, may I ask, why you are in the wheelchair?
I was a passenger in a motorcycle wreck.
Okay. So if she has a baby, you will not be able to take care of it, or it will be difficult for you?
Very difficult. Probably impossible now since the amputations.
Right. Who's going to raise that child?
Mama. I don't know. I have a sister, you know.
She has a baby.
So?
Has she agreed to raise your child?
We haven't really discussed it, no.
You told us that you have slept with 9 different guys to try and get pregnant. Do you tell them?
Shut up, like you guys never slept with anybody in your life. Okay.
I have my
baby when I was 23, and he passed away. But let me tell you, I'm glad. I'm not glad he passed away, but I have my chance to finish school in that. And let me tell you, and I'm doing it for myself.
Listen,
and you say she hangs out. She likes to hang out till 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock is kind of too late for a 14-year-old girl to be coming home.
Still around. Who was there? Who was there when he was 3 months old and in the hospital?
One day at a time.
I was there 3 days in a row. I was the only one there.
Well,
My
let's give
parents
her a
didn't
hand. I mean, you know, 3 days out of what?
At least I was there.
Out of 2 years.
At least I was there. At
3
least I
days
was
out of
there.
2 years.
Who slept on his bed when he was sick? I was there again when he was 3 years
you were
old.
there when he was
I was
sick.
again, and I came over. Every time I told him I was coming over, I came over.
Listen, you cannot spread your legs, expect to have a baby, and be a
I didn't
mother.
get any morals
Did
from
I
you
say
guys.
to you that if you lied to him, it's the worst thing you could do?
And I knew that before you even told me, Dad.
Oh.
We'll be right back.
If I could go back now, I wouldn't have gotten pregnant. I wouldn't even be having sex. I don't like your little attitude. You have to respect your parents. I'm gonna step off the stage because I can't handle this.
It's okay, honey. It's okay.
There's no there.
You want to sit beside her?
You guys don't understand.
Who's trying to make me understand? By crying, you can tell me. I should understand.
Yeah, you've never cared when I cry. Every time I cry, you're freaking head. So who cares?
You want to sit beside your
Yes.
mom?
Yeah, let her sit beside mom.
Okay, can I get on this chair here? She wants to sit beside her mom.
I want to sit beside my mother.
Let him go, let him go.
Okay? I just don't want you to have another baby. Why don't you wait until you're older? Wait until you're in school, you finish school, then have the baby. Me and Johnny right there for you.
It's not like I can even take Johnny for a weekend.
No, not right now.
See what I mean?
So you're settled.
You might remember my next guest, Renee. Renee was on a show called My Teen is Too Young to Have a Baby. Let's take a look at this clip. Do you think she's capable? Well, she's going to have a child. She's 5 months pregnant. Is she capable of taking care of the child?
Absolutely not.
No?
She can't even keep her room clean, let alone anything else.
She can't.
She refuses to give up smoking. She refuses to eat properly. She refuses to take care of herself. Like Russ said, she's been hospitalized twice within 2 months.
And she's only 5 months pregnant.
Right.
And
She's lost 10 pounds in her pregnancy. The doctor is concerned about her weight.
I know that Renee has a different side of the story. Let's hear what she has to say. Renee, come on out. Okay, Renee, what did you just say to your mother and father?
I can take care of my baby and I can take care of myself.
Okay. She's had the baby. She's back. The baby is a month old, correct? She has a new song to sing. Renee, you were here last time, 5 months pregnant, very proud to be a teen mother. You say things are different now. Tell us about what's going on. 1 month.
I don't have a life. My biggest exciting trip is going to Walmart and to Shop and Save to go grocery shopping. That's my big exciting day out. That's how much fun I have in my life. I have no friends. I can count my friends on one hand, and that's pretty sad. I used to have a ton of friends, and I used to go out all the time, and now I sit at home and I do the laundry and I do the dishes and I clean my room and I make my bed, stuff like that. Any of you guys think your friends are gonna be there? Hello, excuse me, let me give you a wake-up call, okay? I had friends saying, I will babysit, I will be there for you, I am your friend. Friends, what's that? Okay? You want to have a baby? You are too young. I'm too young. I'm 18 years old. I am too young. If I could go back now, I wouldn't have gotten pregnant. I wouldn't even be having sex. If you think it's so easy taking care of a baby, wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to a screaming baby. Then get her back to sleep 45 minutes later, maybe an hour or two later. Then wake up an hour later. Get up again. I get maybe 4 hours of sleep a night.
And where does the money go?
Oh, wait, I spend about $40 on diapers a week. I spend about $20 on formula. Plus, she needs clothes, shoes, blankets.
Now,
you name it, she needs it.
You are with the young man.
That I got pregnant
None
by.
of these three would be with anybody. They would be doing...
I live with my parents. I'm very lucky. I have a boyfriend who has a job.
Right.
Who is there for me, who I love dearly, and who is who's helping taking care of me and the baby. He even helps me get up at night, which is rare. What? You want to be a bitch? I'll show you. I never said nothing. I don't like your little attitude. You have to respect your parents. You're doing this while your parents are talking. Listen to me. This hand is going to beat you if you don't shut up. Hold on for a minute. You want to get back? Right back. Hold on for a minute. Take care of the baby. You got nothing. Hold on for a minute. I've never seen. Hold on for a minute, okay? He's never been there for me. Yeah, but you're not there for your own kid. You should know what it feels like. No, you should know what it feels like to not have somebody there with you. How do you think your son feels? Okay, listen. Baby is one of those beautiful things I've ever seen.
He's a beautiful, beautiful
baby. Look at your mother. She is crying.
I know that, okay? I feel bad that I'm hiding my
Why aren't you telling her I don't want to have a baby?
Please.
I need to have my love.
We will be right back.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
I am there for my daughter because I felt like my parents weren't there for me. They are, and they were. I didn't know it. I didn't realize it.
I'm there for my son, okay? Because I don't.
But if you don't know why you're not there for him, then why do you want to have another one? Why do you want to have another one if you can't even take care of the one you got?
Because I need it back.
No, you need to get your life straight now. You need therapy. You need therapy.
In case these young ladies... In case the young ladies...
You can't handle somebody yelling at you. What are you going to do when your kid gets older and says,
Boy, do they
Mom,
yell.
I want to have a baby.
Boy, do they yell.
I'm 14 years old.
In case they haven't, you really need to talk to her. She thinks her friends are going to take care of everything, and she's 14. Let's hear from another voice of reason. This is our friend and relationship expert, Dr. Gilda Carl. They aren't getting the message.
You know, I was on the show with you when you were as adamant about having a baby as she is now. I saw you screaming and yelling and telling your parents that they weren't there for you either. And now, maybe, through the tears, there can be some rationality. Okay, now we know. What is... This is a young woman in pain. This is a young woman who wants desperately to have somebody there for her, just like all the other women, young women that we've seen. And this is not the way to have somebody there for you. I want to congratulate you for keeping to the 90s good family values, okay? And I want to thank you on behalf of all of us for taking it upon yourself to raise a child who didn't have a mother available to him. But Sally said something that was very, very, very on target. She was talking about the selfishness of these girls. Now, if you combine that selfishness of these girls saying, I want a baby to take care of and to dress, and I already have the names picked out. You combine that with the selflessness of the mothers willing again and again and again to continue to raise these babies, what do you have? You have girls who want to have babies who are saying, well, I'm going to have these babies anyway, and you have mothers who are so in pain that they decide they can't leave these kids out into the street, so they're going to take on this problem themselves. We are in crisis now. And, and you know what we're doing? And you know what we're going to have to do? Here is a woman who just got herself together and said she just got her GED. Well, honey, you ought to get also a degree in assertiveness. Because you cannot continue to live everybody else's life for them. You are basically just a little weenager. You should have a baby like you need a hole in the head.
That's exactly right.
But my concern here is that you are so angry at your father for not giving you what you think is enough love. See, yeah, right? For not giving you what you think is enough love that you're now going to have to compensate for that by having a little child brought into the world. Honey, you've got to start loving yourself first.
Don't need to waste your life with babies.
You are a beautiful girl. You have a whole life ahead of you, and you don't have to prove to the world that somebody loves you just by popping out, or at least your father, by popping out some baby.
I've told you so many times, Alyssa. You don't have to perform for me.
But she thinks she does. That's the thing.
That's right.
I want you to talk to your dad now, because this is where the problem seems to be. Talk to your father like you've never talked to him before, please.
I can't.
Yes, you can. If you can pop out babies, you can talk to your father.
We'll be right back.
Where's the baby? Where's Johnny?
Oh, what a big boy! Hi! Oh. See, you're gonna come on one day with your kid and say, I should have listened to everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Sally.
I'm very glad to have you here. You know, as I've said before, we read all the letters, we listen to all the phone calls. I've told you that. This is Liz, and she is a concerned viewer, just like many of you out there. And she watched a show on teens who wanted to get pregnant. Was the one that Renee was on?
Yes.
Okay. She was so upset, she left us this phone message. Let's hear what she said.
Sally, I'm sitting here watching the show. I can't believe these girls are so young and want to have babies. They have absolutely no idea what they're getting into. I'm 25 years old and I have 3 small children. I want to show them how hard it really is. Sally, please let me help.
She's here today. She's 25. She has 3 small children. She says her life is really difficult. We're going to take her and Renee and send them with you 3 girls upstairs. These two...
Can I take them home with me so they can spend like a week with me? And
maybe this was her initial idea. Right now, I just want you, because coming from us parents, it doesn't mean a thing. Coming from the 2 of you, it's going to mean a great deal. Yes. So we'll take you all off, and you've got to give me an hour with these 2 young ladies and see how it all comes out.
Financially set right now to have a baby. Honestly, no, I'm not. So is that fair to bring a baby in and not have... I just had, where is she? This one just had a birthday party.
But you know
this weekend, do you know how much it costs to throw a birthday party for a 5-year-old? $300 plus $100 for a present. $400 just for a 5-year-old's birthday party. And what am I going to tell her? No, you can't have one. All the other kids are having them at different places.
And I mean, there are
these are things you have to think about. You need a crib. You need a high chair. You need a swing is a must. I don't care what anybody says. It's an absolute necessity because it's the only thing that keeps you sane and able to do other things.
I don't have.
She's laughing because she knows.
Unfortunately, with him, I took the easy way. I just ran. Because I thought, I can't face the fact that I can't handle this baby. I already brained this baby in this world, and now what am I supposed to do? So I just ran from it. And then I learned later, unfortunately, I learned later down the line that that was the wrong way to go. Right? I mean, maybe I found out I was pregnant with him when I was 3 months. So at that point, I only had 1 month to decide whether I wanted to abort him or not. And I went into shock when I found it. Like, I was happy, but I went into shock because I thought, no way. I mean, I only made love to this guy once. Like, how do you get pregnant just once?
Yeah, that's all it took for me. That's all it took for me was once.
That's right. And I mean, I learned afterwards, when he was about a year, that I did something wrong. Now, I can't do nothing about it. I mean, I can't snap my fingers and he's not alive, because I wouldn't want him not alive. I mean, he's a joy in my life right now. Right? I mean, I'm a funny guy, yeah. And because of that, I guess right now I just want those 2 years back, and I guess I can never ever get those 2 years back, really.
Having another baby isn't gonna make those 2 years come back either.
I mean, I've lost those 2 years, and I can't take them back. But what I learned now is that I can at least make up for them. Well, I think I can wait for at least, you know, until I get out of high school and I get my own place and I'm ready. Because right now I'm just not financially stable. And I know that, and I'm sure my boyfriend will be happy, that's for sure. It'll take a lot off of his mind too. So, but I have to thank the Sally Show for doing it for me. If it wasn't for them, I'd probably be pregnant in the next week or so. So I really want to say thank you.
Thank you. See you next time.
You are the Five.